Okay, I'm replacing this. This is the plastic stock one. Now look at the movement on here. So this is one of my first complaints about this guitar. The frets are scratchy, and this shouldn't be moving that much. See that's way too loose in there. So, but that's being replaced with bone anyway. And this is actually a really well cut plastic nut, but that'll be being replaced. So let's get down to doing the frets. Here's the Yamaha FG800. It's a solid spruce top. You can see the two-piece tortoise pickguard. It has a plastic saddle, plastic pins, rosewood fretboard, plastic nut. Tuners are pretty good actually. I have no qualms with that. I'm going to be replacing this with a bone saddle, this with a bone nut, and then I'm also going to put rosewood pins that I've been putting on my other Yamahas on this guitar. Other than that, the setup is perfect on this guitar. I've never gotten one of these dreadnoughts that's a cheaper one that's ever had action that's this slow and this easy to play. The only complaint I have is, if you listen up here, hear that? The frets are all scratchy. And this is a brand new guitar. So, but I'm going to be replacing the acoustic strings with these 11 gauge electric strings, which is what I do on all my acoustics. You can argue all you want, but I like the playability of the electric strings on acoustics. Plus, usually it helps the neck kind of straighten out too. This guitar doesn't have an issue, but if you have issues, lighter gauge strings can help save older acoustics. But that is what the plan is, but I just thought I'd show what the guitar looks like. Okay, here we are. Frets are all done. They're nicely done. Now I'm just going to condition the fretboard, and then we're just going to be putting a bone saddle, replace this loose plastic one. At least it's compensated, and the guitar's intonation was very good. So in that aspect, but yeah, and the nut wasn't glued, or if it was, no, it wasn't glued. Which actually for me, because I'm replacing it, that's cool with me, but just a heads up to anybody that these are not glued. The nut, the saddle could be loose on these, and the frets are scratchy. Other than that, I have no complaints over this guitar. So, more to come. What I do when I'm doing the conditioner is I use this stuff, and I put some on this old telly bridge, and I use a brush after cleaning it up with the brush that comes with it. So I use a brush afterwards. You can see the frets that I've done so far compared to these. But up here, these are pretty scratched. It's a good thing you're not going up here, because this is a lot more work to clean up, but it seems like it gets better around where you're actually going to be, the guitar's playable, you know, because there's no cutaway. But still, these are really scratchy frets, so I have to give it a little bit of a no-no on that, as these frets are just really, really horribly done up here. So let's see how it keeps going. Okay, what I found is I had to take 1000 grit sandpaper to clean these frets up. It wasn't happening with the pads or other things, so to get those scratches out I had to use 1000. So I'm still only up to here, but it's getting better, a lot better. Here we are. The fretboard's got the conditioner on it, and I'm going to let this sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to wipe off the excess. But we're waiting on this, so this won't be completed today.